Alright, let's play some Seventh Continent. Seventh Continent, I got it for Christmas. It's a 1 to 4 player game. It's basically like a choose your own adventure with like a million cards in it. So it'll be like if you decide to climb up the mountain, you get card 46. If you fall off the mountain, you get card 103. Basically like that. You're exploring an island. There's a bunch of different curses in this game. You pick a curse, it comes with a story. It has its own, like version of the island, I guess. It's different every time, and there's a lot of random elements. So even if you replay the same curse, you might know a majority of the things, but there's still a lot of random things in the game. Since I'm gonna play it solo, I'm only gonna play one character. I'm gonna play an explorer named Dmitry Gorchakov. Uh, he looks like a very aggressive man, and his ability revolves around aggressive cards. Let's see, move. If you move to a terrain where there is an explorer or fire figure, -1. That's good. And the only items you start off with the game is your character and a satchel/journal. This tells you how many, like what your hand size limit is based on how many people are playing. And the curse that we're going to play is called, when it zooms in, the Voracious Goddess Curse. And so I'm going to kind of explain, I guess, a little bit of the game, or how it plays, really, after I do the intro. And then I have my little cheat sheet for things that, resolving things, doing the turns, what symbols mean. You won't have to worry about that. I'll explain that all as we're playing. And then, of course, I have my magnifying glass to help, because on a lot of the cards, or not a lot, but some of the cards have like hidden numbers, and this will help me really be able to see them easier. So let me go ahead and just start explaining the rules of this game. Oh, not the rules. I'm not going to explain the rules. I'm going to read the intro first, actually. So we'll start here at the intro. It says, read this before you set off on any new adventure. We're an explorer, and we've actually just returned from the Seventh Continent on an exploration. And we start here. It says, 1907, a renowned explorer. You have just come back from your first expedition of the Seventh Continent, a mysterious land that was recently discovered off the coast of Antarctica, and probably the very last terra incognito in the world. You are recovering from your adventure. Whilst reading the daily newspaper, you realize that several other members of the expedition have disappeared suddenly for unknown reasons. Coincidentally, you have been lethargic for a few days, feeling feverish and finding it difficult to get up from bed. A cold shiver runs up and down your spine. You have to face the facts, and evil is consuming you from within. At nightfall, you fall into a restless sleep, without knowing that for you, this is only the beginning. So, a curse, essentially. A curse has followed you home from the Seventh Continent, and it is calling you back to it in its own way. That depends on the curse. The standard game comes with 3 curses. They say to play this one first, so I'm going to play this one first. You can actually have multiple curses in the game, where you play with just 2, 3. I hear the game is hard enough with just 1. And I'm actually going to play with just 1, and I'm going to play with it's like a easy mode card. And the easy mode card is number 777, which is right here. On the back of it, most cards have like lore. Let's see. Rummaging through your satchel, you find a small wooden statue. I guess it's statue as well, at the bottom. So, something's in my satchel. What the heck is this guy? Major relic. If you lose the game, you may banish this to apply the following effect. Interesting. Just as you're about to pass away, you suddenly hear a mocking laugh coming from nowhere and feel a wave of renewed energy flow through you, bringing you back to life. The continent does not seem to be done with you yet. Shuffle all the cards in the discard pile back into the action deck and continue your adventure. So this is essentially just like a free life. I'll explain what it means by like reshuffling everything, and it has the keyword fetish. So it's one fetish card. and his description is explorer, and the satchel doesn't actually have any description. Okay, let's read the lore here for Voracious Goddess. It says, since you have returned from that expedition, the visions of a strange, gloomy idol that seemed to be calling you has been haunting your nights. The piercing cries of a few seagulls pull you out of a deep slumber. They sound so strange, as though they were laughing. You try your best to understand. Where on earth are you? How did you end up in this place? Your memories are clouded and you seem unable to remember. While sifting through your journal, you come across a handwritten sheet upon which something that looks like a route has been drawn, along with several statues. As it so happens, one of those statues looks exactly like the idol from your restless dream. Begin the adventure by putting card number 10 into play. Each player places their figure onto it. And then here on the back side is the map, or the crudely drawn map that you see of the island. I'm going to go ahead and pull out card number 10, because this is already where the game starts, and you kind of start, this is 4, so you start appreciating the nice little details in it. Number 10. It says, thick columns of yellowish smoke rise up from the cracks in the volcanic rock. To the east, the peaks of a rocky cliff look down, mocking the ocean below. We put that down. I'll move this thing. And here is where the game starts. Just like that. Number 10. Interesting. Oh, okay. Yep. And so here's the peaks here. And then if you look here, right there, you can see the peaks in the bottom corner there. And that's what those are. So we're starting in the bottom corner of the mountain, or of the map. Oh, yep. There we go. I'll go ahead and set up the camera just how I want it, and then I'll explain how the game plays a little bit more. I just wanted to go through real quick and show you guys how everything is really nicely divided. This is 300 cards, pushing all the way up to 400, 500 cards, and then it goes into these. These are the random cards that you're gonna get, that you're gonna encounter. There's a bunch of them in here, and you shuffle them before you play any of them. Then there's skill cards and character cards, depending on what character you pick. Back here, there's a little tab for you to save the game. You can save the game at any point. There's the past. These are cards that you've already encountered. Banished cards that won't come back. And basically just a little bit more storage in the back. And so you set up the game by getting the basic character cards. There's 35 in here. And then you get however many characters you're playing. There are 5 specific character cards. So these are character skills that anyone can use. And they can be, knowledge is power, Valorant Hearts there. This is a splint. There's clubs, rafts, life jackets that you can make from things. Because you're on an island in the middle of nowhere, well, off the coast of Antarctica. So you have the 35 cards there that's normal skills. Then there's these character specific skills, and then there's the curse cards. And the curse cards, this is the only one that actually has a picture on it. This is the Voracious Goddess Temple, which we kind of saw a little glimpse of on the back of the map here. It's in that corner right there. And you put these curse cards all here. And so now I have a deck of, what's that? 35, 5, and another 5, so 45. You shuffle them all together. And when you have to do things, like for instance in this first little square that I'm at, I have my character on here. I have a little character here. So he's standing here in this valley, and I can, and this is an action here, this little white box, this is an investigate action. And so if I want to investigate these mountains, I just have to play, or basically pull one card from that deck and receive 0 stars. And that's it. So since it's 0 stars, that's not terrible. Like, you know, I basically get a guaranteed investigate when I look at this, and the one card I have to draw a minimum of one card from this deck. So let's just say I needed 1 star and I drew a curse, right? I did not I did not pass the test to investigate it, so I didn't investigate it properly, and then I would have to redo it. Here's the thing: after this whole deck runs out, you know, and it's all like basically upside down, like next to it as a discard, because I'm drawing and then I'm putting it here as a discard, right? I take this deck, I shuffle it again, and then I put it right back up in the same spot. And now I'm shuffling backwards towards where the cards originally were. If I draw and I draw, right, I can keep drawing from it, right? And whatever, I get, normal cards that aren't dangerous. If I get a curse card, the moment I get a curse card, when it's going backwards, the game ends and my adventure just stops, and the curse actually consumes me and I die. That's what the Major Relic is for, so that whenever I run out the whole deck and then I have to start going backwards, if I die, I basically get a free life where I get to shuffle it and put it back. In the normal play, that's it. You go through the deck once, and then you start risking it. You start putting cards, bam, 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 this way, and the moment you get a curse, the game ends. So I'm playing on easy mode just so I can get very far in it. So drawing cards from this deck, you're gonna have to do it because you need these cards for right now. So I'll draw one, right? I drew this card. You get to keep one card of any card you draw when it's a success. I believe it's exclusively when it's a success. You can keep one card. So like I drew one card, so I'm gonna keep it because I need a hand. The only cards I have is my character and my satchel with my clue in it. So like I would keep this card, and then I would pull card number 5 and see what that is. And card number 5 is the view from up there must be quite interesting. And this actually attaches right here next to that land, so that I know if I want to explore it, I have to perform a climbing action, which is that symbol right there. You draw one card, a minimum of one card. I can draw as many cards as I want to succeed, but again, the more I draw, the closer I get to dying, because they call this deck like the life force deck, just the life that you have in you. And I need 2 stars. If I pass it, I get the white box, which is 0 to 6, and discard this card. Or if I fail, you fall to the unforgiving stony ground below, and then I receive a 104 card, which is probably a injury card of some kind. So yeah, that's basically how the game plays. Everything has like these little skill things on it. Like for me to move from this square to whatever the next one is, I would, draw one card, get 0 stars. And so I'll properly set up the game now. And I'll keep going and I'll keep explaining of what I'm doing as I'm playing. And of course, anytime you get a terrain, you gotta make sure you don't see any spooky numbers hiding. There's gonna be some numbers hiding around. They could be anywhere. I heard that they're not like terribly hidden, but if you're not like looking, then you're gonna miss it. So, alright, I'll go ahead and set up now. Alright, everything's shuffled. I got my character sheet, I got my satchel here, I got all the cards over here that I'll be digging through, magnifying glass in the corner in case I need to magnify for y'all, and hopefully not get a massive glare. So, alright, we'll start right here, push everything up. Okay, sweet. So we just have this nice simple terrain, same one I used in the tutorial because this is actually the starting one. I will investigate the mountain peak, so I'll draw one card. I'm probably going to keep whatever it is. It says woven cord. Keep it in my hand. I can craft it, and let's see, put a fire figure into play on your terrain. Discard this. Cool. All right. So for crafting, there's these little symbols up here. This is how you craft. You do the crafting action, you draw 2 cards, you need 0 successes. If you have rock or you have this yarn, it costs 1 less to draw, and it only has 1 durability. And so actually that first starting terrain, it actually has a rock. So I think first off, let me flip over that little terrain card for number 5 here, which we've already read. It says you stand before a nearly 50-foot high rocky peak. Okay, so I'll put that here. There's the rocky peak. I can spend 1, 2 successes, and then find out whatever it is. But I think that was just one action. I mean, every turn is just do an action, resolve it, do an action, resolve it. So I did that action. I'm actually going to, since I'm already here on the rock one, I will draw 1 card and build this item. So I'll draw 1 card, and it's a Nerves of Steel. Nerves of Steel. This says, one involved character returns their tired or frightened state, discard this. Okay, cool. I draw 0 cards, 1 success. It's some kind of, I think it's called self-reflection. That's what that symbol is. It's a think or compose myself. That's what that symbol is. So this is a Nerves of Steel card where I can compose myself in case I get any frightened cards. So I'll put that in my hand. I'm going to put my hand over here on the side off the screen. And this item, I can only have 4 items because that's all I have, 4 dice. So I'll put a little dice here with a number 1 so I know it has a durability of 1. And again, I'll put that right off screen. And I'll bring it back whenever I need it. So I have that ready so I can put a little campfire token down. Campfires, they're used for a variety of things. Also for like crafting, like if I'm going to make a torch, if I have fire already there, I get to like pay 2 less cards to make fire. Okay. There's this little Roman numeral symbols. Whenever you populate a terrain, you actually take these little Roman numeral cards and you shuffle them real good. And then you just place them down right where they're supposed to go, which one's going to be here and one's going to be here. These are just the random encounters on the way to the next area. Okay, so I have my woven cord. I'll investigate this one. It's an investigate action, 0 cards, 0 stars. Just flip this. It says hot stuff. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, Lord, okay. Let's see, there are fumarels between you and your destination. You notice that the most numerous ones spurt their gas less frequently. Okay, so whatever there's more of, they do it less, okay? Take card 45 and apply consequence A if I decide to walk over the yellow holes, or B if I decide to walk over the white holes. So which one? The ones that are more numerous spurt less gas. Okay, this is just counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yellows, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 yellows? And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Now I forgot what my first number is. Oh my god, did I say like 23 and 22? That's so close. That's not, okay. I'm gonna burn myself. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this corner. This is 5 over here. Okay, this is 5 here, so that's 15. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And then this is 2 more. So 4 5s and a 2. So that's 22 for yellow. So I'll just put some dice over here to help me remember. So 22 for yellow. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's another 5. This is another 5. This is another 5. And there's 1, 2 here. So that's 22. But the trick is that this one here that's blowing out gas is actually white. Let me see if I can maybe get a little closer so you guys can see it too here. Yeah, this one right here is white. So this one technically has 1 more. And I was trying to make sure that they're not trying to hide a little hole behind the Steam, because there is one there. But no. Okay, so I think it's actually the white path. So grab card 45. So we'll grab that card. 45. It says, you pause, watching the pattern of the venting steam, trying to time your run. You dash forward towards the white holes. I run for the white holes. So let's see, consequence B if I decide to ride over the white holes. So this one. White ringed holes. The scalding steam does not shoot from the ground again until you are well clear. Take number 3. Take card number 3. So I did it right. I'm pretty sure this one burns the shit out of you. Let's see, card number 3. And card number 3. Oh, okay. Sweet. Okay, so that's an event. That's what this is like a timed event. So now that's in the past. And I don't need to worry about that. So I'll put that here in the past. Boop. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Number 3. You remember these words whispered by Emile Z, the zoologist from the previous expedition. I only knew a few of these wild animals we have had to face so far, but experience tends to show that when it goes everything is fine, whilst when it goes you may want to get ready for a fight. Okay. Experience point. Gain 1 experience point. Tip. The continent is home of formidable animals, so no matter what you like best, fighting or stealth, make sure that you are always prepared for the worst during your exploration. When you need to spend experience points, return this to spend 1. It has a little journal symbol, so I'm actually going to slide it here behind my journal. So I have 1 experience point. That's awesome. Cool. Well, it's going well so far. And so hot stuff is also an event. I'll put that over here. And so now that I've done the Roman numeral, which is like the random event, I put whatever the actual terrain is that's supposed to be there. So I come here, I look for number 7. There's only one number 7 here. It says, further to the north, the terrain slopes steadily down to the water. Okay. So there's number 10, which is below it, because it perfectly connects. Ah, satisfying. And then we have a little look action over here. And then we have whatever's up here in this corner. And let's see, any numbers? No numbers. I don't see any numbers hiding in the water. I see what looks to be a human body kind of falling in the water a little bit. I mean, it's free to look, so let's just go ahead and look. Oh, I'm not actually there. So this is kind of what I see from like the edge of this location into this one. So for me to move from here to here, I have to do whatever the move cost action is. So to move out of this terrain, right here in the corner, you can see a move, and it is 1 card, 0 stars, and move. Move anywhere as long as it's like explored, or it's as long as it's visible. So if I had like a huge line that goes like that, I could move my character like all the way to wherever, you know, as long as it's all connected and there's no events like blocking me from moving. So yeah, I mean, I can move there for free, or I can just investigate this while I'm still here. I think I might as well. Okay, so 0 cards, investigate, flip this. It says sea urchin. Sea urchins. The ground is covered with hundreds of little reddish creatures that look like sea urchins, okay? You have to tiptoe through the colony if you want to continue this way. Each character getting involved in the following action may discard any number of cards with a keyword skill from their hand or inventory. For each card discarded this way, get a star towards the results. So draw 1, and I need 2 stars. Draw 1, I need 2 stars, and that action is a balance or jump action. Do I have... Well, here's the sad thing. I do have a skill. I do have a skill card, which is my Woven Cord, which I actually like. I like, you know, it lets me make fire, and I already crafted it, which sucks because it's like, here I could have spent it for my hand or inventory. Well, I paid the one card to build it, so I kind of don't want to get rid of it. So it says draw one card, 2 stars. Well, you know what? I'm gonna draw 3 cards to make sure I get those 2 stars, and then I'll get to keep one of the 3 cards. So first I draw 3. I'm not going to commit my Woven Cord. I'm gonna risk it on 3 cards. Let's see. Oh my god, is that 3 stars right there? That's a curse. You are useless to me, so I'll put you over here. This is the discard pile. It's gonna be a little off screen. And then Camouflage Outfit. This helps me with stealth, and that little target thing is hunting. Oh, it helps me with hunting because I get to camouflage while I hunt. That's pretty cool. And then this, it says forewarned is forearmed. It says you may discard this during the results of any action you are involved in order to apply 1 star to it. So it gave me the win on this, which is great. It says you make it through unharmed, discard this. Perfect. So I'm safe from the sea urchins. I did not get hurt, and I can either get a free star towards anything that I need help with, or I can do this thing. Is good. I mean, it gives me 2 stars to be stealthy, and the 7s give you extra stars depending if the number has like 7 on the side. So if I used a stealth action, if I use this, I got towards a stealth action, I'd get 2 stars. And then if I drew this card, this would be an instant other star because it has a 7 on it. That's pretty cool. I kind of want the camouflage because it helps with 2 things as opposed, and I mean, it helps with 2 things 3 times as opposed to this where it gives me 1 free star towards anything, which is great, but I can only use it once. I have to discard it. I'm going to take the Camouflage Outfit, and that's going to be in my hand, right next to my Nerves of Steel. Okay, cool. That was good. Oh, I risked it, but that was very well worth it. Okay, 1 card. Number 9 is the terrain card there. It says, the ground is totally barren here. In fact, the only vegetation among your surroundings are clumps of red seaweed clinging to the rocks. Plumes of yellowish smoke spurts from the ground from time to time, swirling around a dead seagull. Okay, there's a lot going on here. Quite a bit. So it's a move out of it for once, a little rough. Something over there. There's the red, what did they describe it as? Red seaweeds. Red seaweeds clinging onto rocks. I can investigate that. Card number 10 is where I'm currently at. Here are the little plumes of gas, and there's our little dead seagull friend. Right there. That is pretty sweet, and I do not see any hidden numbers. I think those are like footprints right there, but I don't see any hidden numbers. Okay. Cool. Alright, I'll put that right here next to it. And it connects real softly, real perfectly. Look at that. Perfect. That looks good. That looks real good. Okay, my character's here. I'm gonna put him like that, just so we can all see him. Because I'm looking from the camera, so sometimes I lose where he's at. Okay, sweet. Well, that's going good then. Hell. All right, what to do next? See, I mean, I've already looked here. I guess I'll come up here. So that'll probably be my next action.